Hey, welcome. Today we're digging into a pretty huge breakthrough in the world of wellness. How to make CBD, well, smarter. And it's a big deal, because it could totally change whether you're getting the full benefit from your supplements or just a tiny fraction of it. So let's get into it.
So let me ask you this. It's a simple question, but it's a really important one. You take a supplement for a specific reason, right? But how much of it is your body actually using? This is the core problem we're going to explore today, especially when we're talking about CBD.
All right, let's start with a really foundational issue that affects a ton of supplements, but it's a huge deal for traditional CBD products. It's what we call the absorption problem, and it's exactly why not all CBD is created equal. Not even close. The key word here is bioavailability. You know, it sounds super scientific, but all it really means is what percentage of a supplement actually makes it into your bloodstream to do its job. With a lot of oil-based products, the molecules are just big and clunky. Your body kind of struggles to absorb them, which means a huge chunk of what you take can just pass right through your system without ever being used.
So, how in the world do you solve this absorption problem? Well, the innovation is in a really simple but powerful idea, making CBD water-soluble. And when you think about it, it makes perfect sense. Our bodies are mostly water, right? So this one change completely redefines how our system can interact with it.
And here are the numbers. This is where it gets really eye-opening. With traditional CBD oil, you're looking at an absorption rate of only about 6 to 12%. That's not a lot. But look at the right. With a water-soluble formula, that number just skyrockets to 80, even 90%. That is a night and day difference.
And just look at this chart. It really puts it into perspective, doesn't it? This isn't just a small improvement. It's a massive, massive leap. What this means in the real world is that your body is finally actually using what you give it. This leads to way more consistent, more reliable results, and often you can get them with a much smaller dose.
Okay, so we've got way better absorption. That's cool science, but what does it actually do for you? What are the real-world benefits? Let's start with mind wellness, because when your body can efficiently use CBD, the effects on your mental clarity, your sense of calm, and your focus become so much more significant.
For those feelings of anxiety or just general worry, the speed of relief is everything. And because it's absorbed so quickly, water-soluble CBD can start working fast, usually within 15 to 30 minutes. It does this by interacting with the body's serotonin receptors. You can think of them as the little volume knobs for your mood, and it helps to create this really nice sense of balance and calm.
Now let's talk about brain fog. We've all been there, right? That feeling of being mentally cloudy, where it's just hard to concentrate. This isn't just a vague feeling. It often has real physical roots in something called neuroinflammation, which is basically a low-grade inflammation in the brain. And CBD's power here comes from its ability to act as a neuroprotective and anti-inflammatory agent. So how exactly does it work to clear that fog? Well, CBD helps to reduce that low-grade inflammation in the brain, and that, in turn, allows for healthier brain function and can even promote what's called neuroplasticity, which is just your brain's amazing ability to adapt and form new connections. And because of that super high absorption, it helps maintain consistent levels in your body for steady, all-day clarity. You know how cravings can feel like they just take over your brain? They can be incredibly powerful, kind of hijacking your brain's reward system. CBD is showing a lot of promise here by helping to normalize those pathways and reduce the stress responses that so often trigger those cravings in the first place, giving you some crucial support right when you need it most. But the benefits aren't just for the mind. Let's zoom out from the head and look at the whole body. Let's shift to how this really efficient delivery system supports your overall body wellness, specifically by tackling one of the biggest underlying health issues we face today, inflammation. This quote here, it really says it all. Chronic low-grade inflammation is a root cause of so many of our modern health problems. So getting a handle on it is absolutely fundamental to long-term wellness. And this is an area where CBD has been studied pretty extensively. What's really cool is that CBD tackles inflammation from a bunch of different angles. It helps calm down the signals that trigger inflammation in the first place, it acts like an antioxidant to protect your tissues, and it helps bring your whole immune system back into balance. It even works on a similar pathway to many common anti-inflammatory drugs, but in a way that's much gentler on the body. Okay, so the science and the benefits are pretty clear, but what does all of this mean for you, practically speaking? Let's walk through how to approach dosing so you can feel confident and totally informed. The best approach really is always to start low and go slow. A great place to begin is with about 15 to 20 milligrams twice a day.
Give your body a few days, like 3 to 5 days, just to see how you respond. Then you can adjust slowly from there if you feel you need to. This isn't a one-size-fits-all thing. This method just helps you find your own personal sweet spot, safely and effectively.
And this is a big one for a lot of people: safety. So let's be super clear. CBD is non-intoxicating. It is not going to get you high. It's also non-addictive and has an excellent safety profile, which has been confirmed in clinical trials, even at really high doses. This should give you some real peace of mind.
Look, if you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this right here. The science of making something water-soluble isn't just a technical detail. It is the key that unlocks the full potential of CBD. Better absorption directly translates to better, more reliable results for your mind and for your body. It's that simple. So, we've covered the science, how this all works, and the potential benefits for both your mind and body. Our goal here was really to give you a solid foundation of knowledge. So, the next step? Well, that's yours. Think about your own wellness journey. What questions does this spark for you?